Hi, I'm Chef Tim McNulty, Executive Chef at the Lobster Pot Restaurant in Provincetown. Today we're going to do a pan roasted lobster on a fine herb butter sauce. All right, so what we're going to do is start by making the butter sauce first. What we're going to do is take some chopped shallots, and these are just chopped in a little bit of white wine to help them puree. This is white wine. We're going to put that in there. We're just going to put this on the burner and let it reduce, which is just boil until it evaporates. And once it gets down to just like a little paste, we're going to add a little heavy cream. When we reduce it again and get it a little bit of thickness to it, and then we'll swirl in some fresh unsalted butter. All right, so we're going to put this on and let this reduce while we flambe our lobster. And we're going to have to cut that lobster in half. We're going to take out the stomach and separate that and give it a little crack, and then we'll sear it in the pan. Okay, so what we have here is a 1.5 pound lobster. And what we're going to do is cut it in half right through here. And we're going to cut it right in half and crack it open. And we're going to pick out the stomach, which is right here. We don't want to eat that. And the track, which goes right there. We'll get rid of that. All right, now we're going to separate it, just like that. We're going to cut off the claws. So we have that. We're going to just give them a little crack. Just a little crack. And then we're going to season them up with just a little bit of pepper. And then we're going to hit them in our hot saute pan. I'm going to take this pan, we're going to move it away from the fire for just a second, add some oil. The pan is very hot. And we're going to sear this lobster shell side down. And something about the high heat hitting the shell is going to help tenderize this meat that's in the shell. You can hear that. We're going to go back on the fire and sear that for a second. Now we're going to take it away from the fire and add some brandy and flambe it. Then we're going to place the whole pan in the oven. That's cooking off the alcohol. And then this is the roasting part. So we're hitting the pan and now the roast for the pan roast. And that'll finish in there. Now we're going to go back to this sauce. If you look at this sauce now, a lot of the wine has reduced. You'll see it's starting to get a little color, a little caramelized color to it. And right about here, right about there, we're going to add a little heavy cream. If you look at what's left in that pan, we're going to add a little bit of heavy cream. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to reduce this cream down. It's going to boil, and we're just going to reduce it in volume, and the milk fat in it will act as it'll naturally thicken. When it gets to the consistency we want, which is about the consistency that would coat, say, the back of a spoon. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before. That's when we're going to swirl in some cold butter. And we'll have to turn the heat down a little bit to get that butter in there without melting it. Okay, so you can see this thickening. And we're only making a small one. If we added, you could add more shallots, more wine, reduce it a little bit more, add a little more cream, and make a larger sauce, of course. You can see now that's starting to thicken. And if you look, see what I'm saying about the spoon, you can see that that's coating the spoon. And we're going to turn this fire down low. And we're going to add our butter. We're going to add a little at a time. Stirring it so that it emulsifies and doesn't melt. We don't want melted butter. By adding the butter, we're controlling the temperature. We turn the fire down. Right? If it gets too hot, it's going to melt the butter. As you can see this, all of the components of a sauce are there. So it's not melted butter, but all the butter is actually gone. We're going to take this sauce, just strain it off. Strain the shallots out. We want to get them out of there. What we're going to do today is we're going to make two different sauces. So we're going to make a mango beurre blanc. We're going to add puree of mango. And the second sauce, which we're going to use for that pan roasted lobster, is leek and finer butter sauce. This is just what we're calling is a paste. And what it is it's sauteed leeks. We slice the leeks, we wash them, strain them off. And we saute them in a little butter with herbs and chili sauce. And then we just save it. It just becomes like a little paste. So what we're going to do is anytime you add to a butter sauce, which you have to keep this butter sauce room temperature, can't have it too cold or too hot, what we're going to do is heat this up so that it becomes the same temperature as the butter sauce, so that when we add them or marry them together, it doesn't break the sauce or separate the sauce. So we're just going to heat up this little bit of a paste, which we've already cooked ahead of time. And while we're at it, so we're going to add our butter sauce. See how that's nice and warm? And we're going to take, this is some mango. It's just mango, but it's pureed. So we took the nice ripe mango out of the skin and pureed it in a food processor, and that's all that is. It's just pureed mango. So we're going to heat that too. And we're going to take our butter sauce, and we're just going to add it, some to this. And this is just going to get a little warm. And we're going to add a little bit to this. And we're going to make these, this is going to then become two sauces. So this is going on pan-fried cod. This is a little sweeter sauce. This sauce is very, very good with our blackening. So if you blacken a piece of fish or some scallops or something, the sweetness of the sauce, you can see it's pretty yellow. And this one here, it's just a what we call our pan roast sauce, which is leeks and fine herb butter sauce. Well, you start with the same base, and you can see those nice sauces. All right, so here is our lobster. It's all cooked. It's roasted in the oven. So what we're going to do for plating, we're going to put this sauce on the plate, which is a butter sauce. So most people have boiled lobster with melted butter. This is just a pan roasted lobster with a butter sauce. So you can see where it would. And this, we'll just put it like this. Put it like this. Just like this. And we would normally just put a little more butter sauce on top, which is just without the sauce. We're going to put a little bit of parsley on there. And a nice little piece of that. And there you have it. That is a 1.5 pound pan roasted lobster on a leek and fine herb butter sauce.
For over 30 years, the P-Town Lobster Pot has set the standard for quality seafood. Now bring the taste of Cape Cod to your kitchen with the Lobster Pot Cookbook. There's over 100 recipes with clear instructions for making lobster, fish, shrimp, shellfish, and more. It's a beautiful hardcover that makes a great gift for anybody who loves Cape Cod. Order yours now at ptownlobsterpot.com.